I know I can't possibly be the only mom who has felt like the toys are literally taking over my life. And maybe, just maybe, if I just bagged everything up and threw it all away and started all over again, that my life would be a little bit easier. So before you turn this video off, I am not telling you to throw all the toys away. One, I think you'd probably cause a lot of anxiety if you did that, but also, I do feel like there is a much easier and simpler way of decluttering your home to the point where you feel like it's manageable. When I first started my minimalist journey about 5 years ago, I really decided that I needed to take my home back and I needed to take ownership for what I had done to my home by bringing all these things in. One of the biggest problems that I noticed was that my daughter's things and toys were everywhere, in every room, and that was my own fault. She was only 2. I felt like if I didn't have toys for her in every room, there was no way that she was going to be happy. And that was all me and my mom guilt. But once I got over that and realized that if I gathered everything up and put it in one central location, I would more easily be able to manage it, and I would also be able to help my daughter to manage her toys. So the first thing is taking it back to Marie Kondo and gathering up all the toys in your house and putting them in one central location. For my daughter, we no longer have a playroom for her, so that means that they are all gathered and put in her room. Now that they're all probably piled high in one location, I want you to think about the next and most important step, obviously, as a decluttering minimalist, is to declutter. And decluttering can seem very overwhelming if you have a lot of toys. Been there also. So what you're gonna wanna do is a boxing party. I love a good boxing party. Whether you're gonna do this with your child or without, grab a few boxes and some bags. A boxing party is a great idea because a lot of times when you have so much stuff, you don't really know what you enjoy. Neither does your child. Honestly, they probably have 2 or 3 toys that they're gonna ask not to put in that box. For my daughter, it would be her polar bear. She'd immediately want to get that back out, and that's totally fine. But a boxing party is a great way to introduce to your children the idea that we put a lot of sentimental value on things that we actually don't enjoy that much or even think about ever again. So when you are putting a lot of the toys into these boxes, you're gonna want to put them in another room. And the great thing about this is that when things are out of sight, out of mind, often we don't miss them. But also the great thing is that you can talk to your children about how nothing is gone except for hopefully some trash, but nothing is really gone. You don't need to feel the anxiety and the overwhelm like I'm taking away your stuff. It is going to be in X location, and when you want something, just come to me and ask me for it and I'll go get it for you. It's going to be a great introduction to your kids in what decluttering really means and what it means to live a simpler life. So you can definitely do this next step while you are decluttering, and that is categorizing. One of the hardest things for me when I was decluttering my own thing was to figure out what things go together. And I remember scouring the internet looking for ideas on how to categorize my stuff. So I know it doesn't always come super easy to all of us, but I want you to pay attention to what things your child uses at the same time. So for me, I am even going through right now and categorizing my daughter's things to help her be able to put things away easier. So what I realized is that often when we're playing tea party, which you're gonna need your cups and plates, right? We also like to get out our dolls. So we want our doll clothes. And we also are probably going to play doctor right after, or somewhere in between. So those things are in a central location. The same thing goes for the Legos, same thing goes for the dress up stuff. While you're doing your boxing party, you can also start categorizing things, whether you're keeping those things out or categorizing them into boxes, which goes with the next ones, to label your child's things. Whether they are super young and you want to use pictures, or you're older and you can use a label maker like I do, which I love and adore her, but totally unnecessary. You can just use a marker and a piece of tape, whatever you got. But labeling things is a trigger. And if you are so tired, like I was, of constantly feeling like my daughter was going to hit 100 if I asked her to clean her room, Labeling is a great way for your children to put their things back away without as much stress. Because children are just like us. When you know where something goes or when you know where to find something, you don't feel that immediate, the anxiety boiling, right? You counteract that. So it goes along with one of my favorite sayings, which I never really understood until I got older, and that is, everything has a place and everything needs to be in its place. Something like that. I remember when I first started this minimalist journey, hearing that on somebody's YouTube channel and just being like, that's great. Good job. Like, I have no idea what that's possibly going to mean. Cluttering toys is not for the faint of heart. I get it. But the next thing that I want you to do, you are noticing that either you or your child is still not ready to declutter those toys that are in the other room, you can start introducing something called rotating. It is something that I did a lot when my daughter was much younger, and I don't do as much now. But rotating out your toys is a great solution for not having so much out at one time. What I don't want you to do with rotating, though, is to just feel like you never have to declutter and you can keep all of the toys as long as you put them in another place. That's not the answer. But if you do find that you have a smaller home or a smaller place where you want to keep the toys, rotating and refreshing that area with a few new toys every month or so is a great idea for keeping engagement, and it can re-excite your children with toys that they've already had, they just haven't seen in a while. If you are getting value from this video, then please subscribe to this little community here. And also, if you are decluttering here with us, then please put a heart emoji down below. Now, while I could talk about decluttering toys until I'm blue in the face because it was so hard for me in the beginning, and yet it really didn't need to be. So the next thing is to really cut the fat. You want to make sure that as you have put in so much work to helping your child declutter or decluttering the toys, and now you have a manageable amount, and now you have boxes where you like them and they're labeled and everything is where you need it to be and where your child feels successful, please don't think that you're done, because you're not. You need to make sure that as you notice the little treasures coming in the door, whether it is the little things from McDonald's or the little cars that they found outside, you or your child are continuing to declutter and understanding that you cannot have more than the container. That's an idea from Dana White, who I adore and love. And even with my daughter, who is very much a collector, it makes sense to her. If I say you can have so many acorns in this jar, but once the jar is full, you can't have any more, she understands that concept. So it's not like you have to ask your kid to do brain surgery. You're just giving them boundaries. And the great thing is that as you feel overwhelmed or your child is acting out, maybe they're refusing to clean their room, or you can just tell that their anxiety level is a little bit higher, or you notice that they're just not playing with their toys very often, and they're constantly telling you that they're bored. It's a great time to then reassess. When it comes to my daughter, I notice things like she just doesn't want to play with her toys anymore. She just wants to watch TV, or she's constantly saying she's bored. It's a trigger to me that she might not be able to tell me that she's overwhelmed and doesn't feel comfortable, but it's a sign to me that that is the truth. And this is a time that we can start trimming some of that fat. As you are continuing on your minimalist journey, please go ahead and check out one of these videos right here, and I wish you guys all the best.